That's a good one for these waters, isn't it, Tofield?
Now that is a nice Pickwick smallmouth.
But that's dinner.
O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson is presented each week by Works Power Share. Share batteries, save money.
Hello again, everyone. I'm O'Neill Williams, and welcome to our program. I'm going to take you today to a place that very well may be the best freshwater fishing in the whole Southeast. Yes, indeed. Brian Barton. He's a guide, and he fishes behind the dam, Wilson Dam, on the headwaters of Pickwick Lake and the downside of Wheeler Lake. And you get a bite every single cast. Stripers, largemouth, smallmouth, drum, you name it. Put that on your list. Brian Barton, but I'll show it to you today. I know you're going to want to give him a call. That's a nice white bass now.
We've caught 2 fish, 2 species already.
Yep.
You know, already, so.
What's the time of the year, best time of the year to call you or visit and do this in North Alabama?
Absolutely best time is the fall.
Okay.
From right now, we're here early October, really from Labor Day to Thanksgiving is the prime time.
Okay.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
You can do this year round if you can get bait. I do it in the summer, we do it in the spring, but the really prime time is the fall of the year.
Good deal.
All righty, let him go.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay, you're putting it about 2 feet?
Yes,
Weight?
today we're going about 18 inches. Now a little tip on that, a lot of people think live bait fishing, you just throw it out there and catch fish, and you can, it is easy. But one trick to that too, when you're on a real hangy bottom, you want to keep that weight a little bit farther from the hook to keep that minnow up out of the rocks.
Oh, I see. So it won't drag him down, he'll float up like this.
Exactly. And so I'll say 18 to 24 inches. If I'm on a gravel or a softer bottom, not real hangy, I'm gonna go to 8 to 10 inches to keep him in the strike zone. So there's a little bit of science to that with the weight. And of course, you're always adjusting the weight to the current. You want just enough to get down, but not too much.
All right, last thing, you're using light wire hook.
Light wire hook,
Yeah. Daiichi or True Turn?
That's actually a drop shot hook that's made by Daiichi.
Okay.
Very sharp little hook and works great for live bait fishing.
Good deal.
I was talking about from the lock, it's starting to flush out. See, it's pushing our lines back this way.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
So the fish are just out here, they'll get pushed into this current seam and they'll stack up right here.
You never know what you're going to get with live bait.
Whatever you got,
Whatever
he's excited, isn't he?
Yeah, he's, do you ever take children doing this, youngsters?
I do, actually.
I'll bet you do.
I've carried some young children, they enjoy it because, you know, it's so simple. They can
You don't have to be an angler.
No, you do. It's not a lot of skill to just come and do this to start out.
Look out. You tell me what this is?
I'm saying you got a big freshwater drum or a blue cat, one or the other. Channel cat. I was
Channel
close,
cat.
All right. Yes, sir. Get him?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Oh, look, one thing that was making him tough, he was wrapped.
He was, cut right there where the line went across.
The line
didn't
was
it?
wrapped around him. That's why he felt so bad there for a minute.
And another thing about this live bait fishing between the white bass and the catfish, a lot of people still want to carry fish home for supper.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, it's a great way to catch some fish that, you know, most people release bass, including me, but you're going to get some fish for supper plus have fun. So,
That's right.
You know, that's a pretty channel cat.
You bet it is. That's good eating size, too.
Very, very good eating size.
O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson is brought to you by your Southeast Toyota dealer. Let's go places. Fire Aid. Don't fight fires, extinguish them. Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. Year One muscle car parts. And by the Georgia Department of Tourism and Economic Development.
You may have a striper there. I don't know what you got,
Whatever
but you got
it
a good one.
All right, generally speaking, throughout the year, especially in the fall like now, Come out here and what time do you start? How long do you fish and what do you catch?
Okay, well,
That's some commitment.
I do two kind of trips. I do what we call a whole day trip, which is 7 hours, and I do half day trips in the afternoon because a lot of times kids and people don't want to fish but 4 hours.
Oh,
So
I believe that.
I kind of gear that for those folks. But on a good afternoon trip, 35 to 50 fish. Yes, that's average. Some days are better, some days are worse. That's a good average. An all day trip, my goal is to try to get 50 to 60. I have done over 100 many times. Now that's, you know, your drum, catfish, everything.
Well, there's something pulling on your string all the time, so what difference does it make?
Yeah, and my hands stay raw from taking fish off most of the time, so yes, sir. Big drum.
Drum?
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's...
A lot of fun on that 8-pound line, though, isn't it?
Yes,
Man,
it
that
is.
is a nice freshwater drum. Get him?
Got it.
All right.
I hear him. Well, we are doing great. People, now, this is a freshwater, do people call these black drum also, or is that a different deal?
I think that's the saltwater version. I have a lot of friends in Louisiana that call it a goofish. It has different colloquial names all over the country, and actually they say it's a very good fish to eat. I've never personally eaten them, but they claim they do eat well. Have a real white, fleshy meat. So, you know, that'd be a perfect size when somebody wanted to try it.
That's exactly right. If I wasn't traveling today, I probably would.
I hear you. Beautiful fish, though.
He's a fighter.
He is a fighter. Fish.
Ooh. Well, now that's a quality white bass right there. Now I'm telling you.
Pretty fish.
What puts all these fish in here behind this dam or any dam? What makes this so special?
Bait. The bait is here. The shad come to this in the fall. They come to these dams in great numbers, and the fish follow.
They spawn against the hard surface, don't they?
Exactly. And then in the late year in the fall, the yearling shad, like we're fishing with for bait, are swimming back up. They'll stay here until the time frames I quoted earlier, November, when the water cools off, and then they go back down the river. Some fish stay here year round. It's good fishing year round, but the bulk of it is in the fall because these fish are fattening up for the winter.
Yeah.
And it's just a buffet for them, all these shad out.
Yeah, I got you.
So,
I'm the catfish man.
look how thick that fish is.
Yeah.
I mean, healthy, beautiful fish.
Yes? Okay, you're going back. I'm sorry I bothered you.
Need the pliers over there.
Let's see, he's kind of, I got him.
Okay.
7 fish in 40 minutes. This is the way it happens for you when you do this?
This is the way it happens, and this is just kind of an average day. Hopefully it's going to pick up even better in a little while. We'll get some doubles later on, I hope. This is just a good fall day, yes sir.
How about that? I think you've got a bass, no? Well, you got a white bass?
White bass, I believe.
White bass, because he looked like he was moving awfully fast.
Another big old chunk though, isn't it? Big white bass.
Well, that's
a little spot, isn't it? Healthy little fella. A little largemouth.
yeah, largemouth.
Yeah. Thought he was a spot when he came out of the water, but pretty though.
You bet.
All right. See if we can find his big brother down there. I believe it's a largemouth. He was hitting the minnow on top, and it looked to be about a 2.5 pound largemouth maybe. That little chunk.
You bet. He's well fed.
He has found some, oh, I'm sorry. Boy, has he not been on some.
Oh, boy. What a, yeah, chunk is right.
Is he not eating some minnows up here?
And still eating.
And still eating.
Yeah.
Nice little fish. All right.
Well, we found a fishing hole, I think. What's out here? Just rocks?
Basically, the bottom looks just like what you see above water over there. Just big boulder rock.
Experienced anglers know that a buzzbait is a big fish bait. Use it early or use it late, but a lot of times it'll fade in its effectiveness midday. Wonder why that is. It's the wrong color. If you'll use a dark color, black, a dark red, a dark blue, something like that, midday for a big bass bite on a buzzbait, gosh, I'd got that big bass bait on a, it worked. Use a dark color buzzbait midday. And that's from TJ at True Turn. All right, you got to go out there and do your thing now.
There you go. You know what I love about this live bait fishing is you get so many bites, you miss one, so what? You're gonna get one the next cast, you know?
This is real string stretching stuff. Lots of bites, lots of action.
No, you found your channel
I
catfish.
have found the catfish formula, hadn't I?
You are the catfish man today, aren't you?
I am the catfish man. There's that little hook, look. The guy who came up with the red hook was a fellow by the name of T.J. Stallings. Am I wrong?
You are correct on that, aren't you?
Yeah, T.J. Stallings came up with making the Daiichi and the True Turn hooks red. And it makes a difference.
It does.
It really does make a difference, doesn't it?
With me doing a lot of catfish guiding, I can assure you it makes a difference with catfish big time.
I mean, if you're not going to catch 30 instead of 10, but you're going to catch more fish.
Clear water, you're going to get more bites. No doubt.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I can't have a conversation about fishing without having one on. It's I hook up, I get bit, we get bit every cast. Every cast. Well, what if you came in here with some artificials? You'd catch fish too, wouldn't you?
You would catch them, but not as many.
Yeah.
Not as many. But you can catch them on artificial bait, but this live bait, the real thing's hard to beat. It really is. I'll go behind you there. We'll see if we can get a double while you land yours. That's another heavy fish, isn't it? What is it? Need a net? Another big drum?
Yeah, it's a drum.
Okay.
You close by? Here you go.
He's working that drag for you.
Yeah, sure is.
There we go.
Lordy. We already unhooked him, haven't we?
I'll get it out the hook
Oh,
out and
yeah,
just
I
give
see
you
it.
the fish. How's that? Got him?
Okay, got it.
All right.
What's the record on these things? Uh-oh, you got, look out.
I put my rod in the rod holder to get the net for you, and I got a fish.
This. Or what's the record? You see, you catch some good old big ones over
You
here?
do catch some big ones occasionally. I got his little brother here, looks like.
There you go.
40, I would guess the 40-pound range. They get really big. When I was commercial fishing with trot lines, I caught some that I've never weighed, but I'm sure were over 30 pounds. Really big fish. But,
Well, there's plenty of them.
plenty of them. Plenty of them.
Fresh
All
water
right.
drum.
Whoa,
There's a largemouth.
You want a net on him?
These are well-fed critters here, I'm telling you.
Yeah, they're not, they haven't missed many meals, have they?
No, these are well-fed critters. You imagine you come over here and you call Brian, website?
Brian Barton Outdoors at AOL.com.
Okay.
Is the,
Brian Barton.
I'm sorry, I've got a fish. My website's brianbartonoutdoors.com, or you can email me at brianbartonoutdoors@aol.com.
Okay, and we'll put that on the screen.
yeah.
You shouldn't be, you probably won't get 200-300 calls. World's record was tied here about 2 years ago.
On largemouth?
Yep. Fellow in Japan caught a 22-pound, 4-ounce largemouth on a live brim.
Wow. This is what you don't want to catch.
I'm surprised you've got him to the boat.
I can't believe he's still on there. Whoa, he's trying to get in the boat, isn't he? Big old spotted gar. You'll get into these occasionally, and like you said,
What's the world's record spotted gar? 50 pounds?
I would imagine. I bet you know, don't you? I have no idea.
I know. You're the guy. You're supposed to know all this stuff.
The guy don't study his books. He just
Oh,
tries
look
to
at
catch.
that.
Isn't that pretty? But we're not going to try to put him in the boat. We're just going to let him go because you can see the teeth on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's unusual to hold one that long.
You got to.
And he's gone.
Yep, just like that.
That's just like that. Come off.
I got lazy on that. You noticed, didn't you?
Half-hearted jerk,
Yeah, I
wasn't it?
just got lazy. Is that guy over there one of those white pelicans?
They come in great numbers a little early, but they really winter here, and they stay till about March or April every year.
That's a rare bird.
We may double here. I got mine. You got yours?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mine got off.
Every single cast you get bit. break off, hook a fish, catch a fish. That's about your average largemouth, isn't it, Brian?
Yes, that one, that's a good sized fish. We haven't caught as many of that size today, but that's a nice bass there. Fat and chunky.
Every single cast.
It's a bass. Oh, it's a nice one. It's a smallmouth.
Oh, you got a smallmouth.
Yes,
Oh boy, that's a good one too, man.
Let her play on down.
Oh.
All right, can you get her?
Got it.
Oh,
Look at you, Brian.
that's what we've been looking for, isn't it?
Wow.
Taking about an hour and a half, but we finally got that good smallmouth in.
And I think we've got 22. In an hour and a half, we've caught 22, 24.
Probably total
24,
fish.
yeah.
6, 7 different species.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We'll show that fish off because there's not very many times on O'Neill outside you see a smallmouth.
Now that is a pretty one there. Not a real big one or trophy, but it's still a nice fish and very indicative of what this lake has. That's a good average size smallmouth.
Fantastic.
All right, we'll let her go to fight again.
We have more with O'Neill and Travis, but first, let's thank these sponsors. Your Southeast Toyota dealer. Let's go places. The Whitetail Institute of North America. Research equals results. Fisher's Choice Canned Baits. And by Tough Shed, premier builder of sheds and garages. Check them out at toughshed.com. Now join O'Neill for this week's Big Green Egg wild game and fish recipe.
One of the things I enjoy encouraging you to do with your fish recipes is to not always just fry them. I love fried fish, but if you add a little something to it, it makes it a little bit different, and you get to eat fish more often, which I absolutely love. Now this is redfish. It could be white, any kind of white fish. It could be bass, crappie, whatever. Now this is a mixture of flour and pepper, and I'm going to put it in one of these copper pans, and there's a reason for that. Well, it doesn't stick, and you might want to use, if you have an extra, a seasoned iron pan, you know, a black iron, but Gail won't let me do that. She is mean, and she says it ruins the seasoning in the pan. So here's the fish on here, 3 minutes on each side, and then I have another step for you. It really does sound delicious, doesn't it? Now, I fried 2 pieces of bass, crappie, whatever you, whitefish, in butter on this pan. Now I've melted more butter, and here I'm going to add capers and lemon juice and white wine. Great combination, isn't it? Now, to make it really special, a fish dish, let's put these fillets back in here. Back in that butter, capers, white wine, and lemon juice. I'll turn that over one time and we'll be ready to take a look at it and eat it. Brown butter bass with capers. It's a new dimension to fish out of a pan. Want the recipe? O'NeillOutside.com, BigGreenEgg.com. Big Green Egg, the ultimate cooking experience. A little bit of a change of scenery. We're downriver less than a mile along the shoreline here with the rocks and the trees, so there's quite a bit of variety, and we still catch a fish on every cast.
We've got the current pushing into this bank, and it's forming a little eddy current here, and these fish are stacked up where this current comes into this bank. We're just trying to fish where the current's coming into the island.
You really play the current, don't you?
Current is critical. You have to have current and know where to fish in the current.
Okay.
What you got?
I don't know. I don't know.
Little smallmouth.
Smallmouth time. I can't tell you how long it's been since I caught a smallmouth bass.
Has it?
It's been a long time.
That's a pretty little fella.
Absolutely. They're all these fish are fat.
Very healthy, very healthy. Plenty of bait.
Got it.
You have found the hole, haven't you?
Evidently. This is a bigger fish right here, boy. Stay with it there, fish. Stick around,
Nice
boy.
smallmouth.
Come on, son.
Don't let off.
Oh, you got it. Good job.
Now that is a nice Pickwick smallmouth there.
Yes, sir. A 2-pounder. Does he weigh 2 pounds?
I'd say probably 2.5.
Solid.
Solid.
Solid, yeah.
Solid fish.
Closed captioning for O'Neill Outside is brought to you by Timbuktu Outdoors, making fishing and hunting convenient and ever more successful.